watching KWQC TV, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, Help at Home, an organization that has been providing care services for decades, will join us with details on a new location, allowing Quad Cities residents to learn more.
Plus, Mississippi Valley Metals is here with information about cost-effective ways to renovate a roof and siding. We're getting answers to all your questions.
And as we head into the holiday season, we're getting an opportunity to learn how to create unique and intricate Ukrainian egg ornaments. Stick around for a live demonstration. You're watching Quad Cities Live on this Tuesday, November 5th, Election Day. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
And I'm Kyle Keel. Of course, it is Election Day, which means it's the start of the month.
Yeah.
And the calendar at the Robert R. Jones Public Library in Cole Valley jam-packed with events for people of all ages. And joining us, as always, is Kaylee Floyd from the library. Kaylee, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so, we've talked a lot on the show that there's more than just books at the library, and obviously you can just look at the table. We've got board games, we've got arts and crafts. Really, this is stuff people can do for all ages, right?
Yes, definitely. We like kind of keeping it open to all ages and tons of hands-on activities.
Very, very cool. Well, let's start with your family game hangout.
Yes.
You guys are actually doing this. It's not a one-time thing. This is a once-a-week thing.
Yes, every Friday, and it's becoming very popular. Sometimes it'll be a group of kids that come in after school, or just families after they do pickup with all the different kids.
Yeah.
And we have an assortment of games. I love teaching kids new games that I've never played before.
Sure.
And they crack up. Definitely the Steal the Bacon game is hilarious.
Steal the Bacon?
Oh, this one.
Yes. Yeah, it's so fun. I love the One Night a Werewolf game. That's when I play with my friends, so I like to introduce that to my teens as well. Chicken, they always look for that one. But any of these board games are available to play at the library, but also available for checkout as well. So if there's a game your kid really loves, they can take it home that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we have tons of video games also. So sometimes I'll get out the Switch and we'll play those as well.
Wow, who knew?
Yeah, so something for all ages. So a thing that teens like to do, crafting, and you've got a big craft night coming up next Wednesday?
Yes, next Wednesday is our Teen Craft Club, and I'm always trying to think of new ideas, but I thought I'd go a little more simple, but also like open to whatever they want to do. So we're doing cards. So they can be greeting cards, birthday cards, holiday cards, thank you cards. So anything that they want to do and make for this time of year. And we have all different kinds of supplies. We have stickers, markers, watercolor. I got some new stamping supplies as well. So I'm really excited to try those out. On this birthday card one up here, I use washi tape to make it look like candles. So yeah, there's a lot of creative things you can do. Over here I have a little Band-Aid guy for Get Well Soon.
So
It's so adorable.
Oh my gosh,
I can't
that.
Really allows the teens to be creative with the supplies they have.
Yeah, simple kind of concept, but yeah, they can go as creative as they want.
Kaylee, I gotta say, you're super talented at all this stuff, right? I think we can agree on that. You have like a whole other side hustle you can do in creating
greeting cards.
Greeting cards. Greeting cards by Kaylee. Absolutely, that is amazing. Well, that is a really, really fun idea. Is that something that you guys have done before, the cards?
They do card making classes for adults that we hire from somebody that comes in and does them like quarterly. So that kind of like inspired me to be like, oh, I bet my teens would like to do some of these activities and get their own little twist on it. And
I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
too much fun.
Yes, that is a lot of fun. And you're doing something the day before Thanksgiving. It's titled an Autumn Artistry Day.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like all about what the holiday is all about.
Yeah. Thinking about all the things that you're grateful for. So we'll have a couple different stations. We did something similar to this in October with our Halloween craftivities. It's kind of a similar vibe, as in there'll be different stations in the kids' room. And the idea is to have a big form of a tree stump in our library that I'm going to create, and then they can add a different leaf of their gratitude to it, but then I'll also have stuff that they can take home as well to kind of keep spreading the joy throughout the season. So
very meaningful.
Yeah, just fun, something for families to do this time of year.
Absolutely. A lot of people out of school, so
Yes.
it's just like if you're, constantly like me, like looking for what's a really fun, unique, different thing that I can do with the little one while they're on some sort of holiday break. This is it. This is a good one.
It's drop-in style, so it's like
Perfect.
a 2-hour time frame. So come and go as you please.
Perfect.
All right, well, let's talk about Art of the Apron because that's coming up on the 14th of November. So this sounds fun.
This is a presentation by Tammy Finley, and she's got like over 300 apron collection.
I have heard of her.
So she's going to be sharing the history of aprons, kind of diving into all the different kinds there are and styles, and we're really excited to have her and learn more about the apron. Who knew there was so much to know about it and styles, but I'm excited to
It is.
Yeah.
It's like a really cool, unique, historic event, like kind of taking you through the decades and all of that. I think that would be really interesting to go to. And you go to that next Thursday, and then the following week on Thursday, you can make your own.
Yeah, so my coworker who does our adult programming, she's going to do a DIY apron using button-up long sleeve shirts. So everyone's supposed to bring like their own, kind of like oversized, and we'll have some sewing materials and other embellishments you can add to it. So just kind of keeping in with the theme after learning all the information, and then maybe it'll inspire them to create their own apron, maybe in one of the ways that she's talking about. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
And then you can use that apron on Thanksgiving Day when you're in the kitchen. And speaking of Thanksgiving, you've got the last minute, the procrastination station, the Wednesday before.
Sounds like a good event for me.
Same here. I wait till the last minute for everything. So what's this all about?
So this is for our adults or some teens as well. Like if you're working on special projects, thinking of like holiday gifts, any kind of project though that you just haven't got time to finish. I've already been thinking about my holiday crafts, and I'm like, oh no, it's already November. I gotta get them done before the holidays. So this is like a station we'll have in our meeting room, and we'll have tons of supplies that you can use in case you're like needing to fill a gap of something, paper, buttons, paint, anything that you can think of. We have tons of craft supplies.
So it's kind of like a free time for you to just get whatever it is done that you need to get done.
Hopefully you'll get it done.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yes.
Really cool.
And then we have pajama story time. So this is for all ages, a very family-friendly event to get everyone together.
Yes, so we did this last month, and it was just on the theme of like nighttime books, but this month we're doing Dino November theme, so all dinosaur books. And then we'll do some coloring, and there'll be some calm down music time too. So it's only a half an hour story time, so it's not a big commitment, but it should have a good payoff to wind your kids down before bedtime.
And it's just fun. What a fun thing to do with the little ones. And yes, it's Dino November, so you brought some dino books with you here today.
Yes, teaching good skills as they're getting older, not to hit, how to share, things like that, but in dinosaur form.
Very cute.
Yeah, always something to do at your local library. And the Robert R. Jones Library is open to anyone, no matter what city you live in. So it's located on 1st Street in Coal Valley. We have the address and the phone number on your screen, along with the website, robertrjoneslibrary.com or .org rather, O-R-G. And I know you're pretty active on Facebook as well, so be sure to give them a follow there. Kaylee, as always, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This was great. Yes, thank you. Up next on Quad Cities Live, Help at Home is celebrating a new location inside the Moline Walmart, making services more accessible to families in need. We're going to learn more about the organization itself and what you can expect when you visit.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
There is an organization celebrating its grand opening inside the Moline Walmart, making important services more accessible to the people who need them. We're talking about Help at Home, and Tina Hudson is an area manager here now with more information. Tina, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let's start with the basics. Tell us what Help at Home is and who it's for.
Okay, so Help at Home is based out of Chicago, and we've been providing in-home services for 50 years.
Wow.
We primarily provide services to Medicaid eligible seniors, veterans, long-term care eligible seniors, and disabled individuals in Illinois as well as in 10 other states.
Oh wow, okay, so helping out thousands and thousands of people. Over these last decades. Amazing. So how long have you personally been with Help at Home, and why do you feel like it's such an important service?
So I've been with Help at Home for 26 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been such an honor. It's been such a rewarding opportunity for me to work there. Just providing the services to seniors and bringing a smile to their face every day, you know, it's a rewarding opportunity for us.
Yeah, it takes a lot of passionate people, I feel like, to go into that and to do that. But it means a lot to the folks that you were visiting with and helping every single day.
Very meaningful services. We've also we're one of Illinois' largest employers.
Wow.
We employ thousands of caregivers throughout this area as well as across the country.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So describe a time, you know, in your 26 years, I believe you said, where you really felt like through Help at Home, you were really making a difference.
Okay, so I would love to share a story.
Yes, please.
Okay, so it's my all-time favorite story, and it was on Christmas Eve, and the office was closed. We had closed early for the holiday, and we received a call from a client's family member, and he was crying, and he said that his uncle was being suddenly discharged from a nursing home.
Okay.
He hadn't been in his home for quite some time, so he didn't have the essential things that he needed to go home. He had very limited funding, and he asked if we could help. So absolutely we can help. So we called a caregiver, and she was amazing. She actually gathered things from her home so he would have the essential items that he needed to get by. She went over to meet him when he was dropped off at his home and, you know, kind of getting him settled in. And in the meantime, we were calling around to a furniture store to see if we could get a bed delivered for him.
Oh my goodness.
And they were able to deliver a bed for the gentleman. She continued to provide services for him throughout the weekend. She took him a Christmas meal
Oh my goodness.
from, you know, her family, and went over and sat with him so he wasn't alone for the holidays, and made sure that he had his medicine, personal care, and everything for the weekend. So on Monday, we were able to reach out to other resources, get him enrolled in our services, and then he continued to have services with us for quite some time after that.
That is an amazing story.
So I think that that's just one story that happens on a daily basis at Help at Home that shows how much we impact the lives of senior citizens or their families at that time. Sometimes they don't have any other family in the area at all, and our caregivers become their family.
Yeah, and provide them with such dignity as they age, which of course they deserve.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, amazing. Okay, so why open a location inside a Walmart, inside Moline Walmart?
Okay, so we know that home care is local and it's personal. So being in the new Walmart location, it gives us the opportunity to be in the heart of the Moline community.
Yeah.
We're excited to be a resource to the community to let them know what services are out there, if they need home care services, or if they're, you know, inquiring about an employment opportunity. And this location is new to the area, but we've been providing services in Moline for over 25 years now.
Okay, so talk a little bit about what makes this different from other, you know, Help at Home locations.
Okay, so what makes this different, and we're very excited about it. It's the first time that we've ever had one-on-one, in-person home care experts to sit down and walk you through the process for care. So like I said earlier, whether it's for an employment opportunity or whether it's for home care services, we want to sit down and make the process easy.
That's fantastic, because I think, you know, a lot of people, when they're thinking about this, it's just hard to make that phone call sometimes. You know, you feel like you're going to be like forced into something you may not want to do, and this is just a really good opportunity to just learn more, just to hear more. Okay,
absolutely. So we also have a kiosk at the center.
Oh, nice.
So if they don't have time to sit down with the, you know, the in-person expert, then they can enter their information into the kiosk, and then one of the experts will get in touch with them later on.
Wonderful.
And they can answer the questions about home care services or also about employment opportunities.
Wow, very cool.
So that's something very new as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And you've spoken a couple of times about employment opportunities. Caregivers are in demand, not only across the nation, but, you know, in our area, in across the state of Illinois. We are seeing, you know, so many folks that are aging right now, and there are a lot of job opportunities out there, and there are job opportunities with Help at Home.
Absolutely. So we currently have thousands of caregiver opportunities available across the state of Illinois. We provide flexible scheduling, PTO, benefits, and a rate starting at $17 per hour.
Okay.
We're always looking for caring and compassionate individuals that are looking to provide caregiver services. And we have two different options for caregivers. We have our professional caregivers who are trained individuals that go into the homes and they help with housekeeping, laundry, shopping, personal care, companionship for clients in their homes. Then we have a preferred caregiver, which is typically someone who is caring for a family member or a friend.
Okay.
So they're an untrained individual. They're also not receiving payment. And most oftentimes they have to choose between having a job or caring for a loved one.
Right.
So at Help at Home, we want to make sure that preferred caregivers know that they can be compensated for the care that they're providing for their loved ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's, you know, a financial opportunity for them to better themselves and to keep their client that they're caring for comfortable, you know, and at home with
That's really amazing.
It is.
It's like, I don't think a lot of people know that, but you don't have to necessarily choose between, you know, going to work or having a job or having some sort of income and caring for this individual that you care about.
Right.
Amazing. And you train folks when they come on with you. There's a lot of training.
There is. We want to make sure that our caregivers feel comfortable and knowledgeable when they go into the client's home. So they have training upon hire, they have training through their in-services, and then periodically more training, you know, throughout the year.
Just to keep up with it, yeah.
You know, and at Help at Home, we're always working to find the perfect match between our clients and caregivers so our customers have the, you know, the best possible experience that they can.
Wow, wonderful. Well, great information. And if you're watching, you want to learn more about employment like we just talked about or eligibility for home care, just visit the Walmart in Moline on 44th Avenue from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can also go to helpathome.com/Walmart-Moline or call the number on your screen. That is 309-504-0999. Tina, thank you so much. Sounds like an amazing organization.
Absolutely.
We really
It is,
appreciate you
yeah.
just coming on and telling us all about it.
Oh, thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Of course, thank you. Well, still to come on QCL, don't miss this weekend's wine and chocolate experience benefiting JC's of the Quad Cities. We'll learn more about the organization and this first of its kind event.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Well, how does this sound for a Saturday evening? An opportunity to sample 20 varieties of chocolate and taste at least 40 different wines. It's all part of the Wine and Chocolate Experience hosted by JC's of the Quad Cities. Taylor Kubley and Charmaine Sibley, are the co-chairs for this event. I even practiced before you guys came out here. Thank you both for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. This sounds great. It is the first year for this event, from what I understand. I mean, what an amazing idea. I feel like super popular for people. So Charmaine, first tell us a little bit about JC's, really the mission of your organization.
So the JC's is a nonprofit organization ran by volunteers, young professionals. We give back to the community in various different ways. We have a back to school and Christmas shopping event that we do every year. We fund the Case-High lunch and volunteer for that, as well as we give back to other nonprofit organizations throughout the year so that they can continue their mission.
Okay, great. And we're seeing some photos of you all out in the community doing your thing. So you guys are just getting out there, you're volunteering, you're helping with different community organizations year-round. This Wine and Chocolate Experience, so Taylor, proceeds from that, they go to enable you to continue helping out in those ways.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, they will go to our big impact projects that we do. If you've seen the playground that's at the farmers market, JC's did that a few years back. We've done a few different impact projects when it comes to that as well.
Amazing. I feel like there's just so many things that you would look around here in the community and see and enjoy and love and not realize that JC's was probably even a part of it or you know, the callus that made it happen. Okay, so the Wine and Chocolate Experience. It is Saturday, November 9th. It is from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Golden Leaf Banquet Hall, which is located in Davenport. So if I'm purchasing a ticket to this event, what can I expect to see and do?
So you'll get to sample over 40 different wines. We have some local, and then Swirl has partnered with Johnson Brothers to curate this amazing list of wines to sample, over 20 different chocolates to sample from local vendors, as well as some spots we've plugged in with some different chocolates to make sure we had all different varieties.
Yeah.
Live music, photo booth from the Snap Wagon, who's also a JC's member, and then silent auction, wine pull. It's a huge experience.
And the wine glass that we just saw on the screen, is that the one that you receive when you sign up?
It is. So they'll get a souvenir wine glass when they come in.
A full-size wine glass souvenir. That is, honestly, is that unheard of? It just might be. That's very, very cool. I love, too, that you've partnered with Swirl for this, because we've had them on our show in the past, and the wine knowledge that she has. It is just like, it is beautiful. It's like unmatched. Like, she is incredible at, you know, helping people figure out what they like. And so I'm only saying this because I've been to Swirl, and all I had to say was like 3 things, and she's like, I have the perfect wine for you. It's not what I expected at all. So I'm just going to say the fact that she's helping curate this list of wines is huge for this event. Fantastic. Okay, so all kinds of things going on. And so can people register right now? Roughly how many people or spots do you have?
Yeah. So they can get tickets online at jcsqc.org. It's a very large space, so there's lots of lots of tickets available because of the space of the venue. So we're super excited for people to start planning their holidays. I know Swirl's going to offer some discounts on their wines for that reason. You can shop for the holidays at the silent auction too if you want.
That's right. Yes, because we're going to have the silent auction event happening. And you still reaching out to businesses, or are you pretty much done with that at this point?
I think we're almost done, but there are some businesses that have hit us up and was like, we would love to donate.
That's great.
So we are getting those together.
That's amazing. That's honestly what you want, is like you get the support of the businesses and things. And just because this is a JC's hosted event, folks don't need to be currently part of JC's to take part in it, correct?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. So we want to give everybody the information for this event. It is happening on Saturday, November 9th. It is the Wine and Chocolate Experience. I cannot stress this enough. At least 40 wines and 20 varieties of chocolate. Amazing. It is from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Golden Leaf Banquet Hall in Davenport, a very large space. I believe it's on Kimberly Road there.
Correct.
Perfect. Okay. And for tickets, just head to jcsqc.org/wine and chocolate. Charmaine and Taylor, thank you so much for coming on the show today, and I know it's going to be a big success.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
And much more to come in our next half hour of Quad Cities Live, including answers to your questions about metal roofing and siding from Mississippi Valley Metals. And later, the incredible process of Ukrainian ornament decorating. We'll get a live demonstration and learn about an upcoming workshop offering a hands-on opportunity. But first, it is rainy, gloomy on this election day, and we're expecting a change in temperature as well. Meteorologist Kyle Keel has your full forecast after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Welcome back to Quad Cities Live. Today we are learning more about a family-owned and operated business that offers complete metal solutions. Whether it's a house, a livestock building, shop, or building renovation, Mississippi Valley Metals has you covered. Steve Kurtz is the owner of Mississippi Valley Metals and is joining us in the studio now. Steve, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Of course. Well, why don't you first just give us a little bit of background on the business. You guys are located in the Jackson County area, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So we're a family-owned business there. We have our children are working there with us, and there is 4 of us working there. Actually, my daughter's getting married in February, and her husband is going to be starting working here in a couple of weeks. So
really a family-run business,
So yeah, right there, actually on just a small farmette. We're to make everything there, right there, right back of the house.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. You were just telling me about that you manufacture everything there as well, just right on site.
Yep, that's correct.
That's great. Okay, so let's go over some of the benefits of metal roofing and siding, starting with the longevity and the durability of metal roofing. I think this is what really, probably initially for a lot of your customers, draws them in.
That's correct. So when you look at metal roofing, your shingles, when you look at roofing, your shingles are, a lot of them are 15 to 25 years.
Okay.
When you look at metal roofing, you're looking at 40 to sometimes even going to 70 years.
Really?
Depending on what you use. And so the longevity of it is, you just can't can't get past that. And a lot of people are scared of noise, and so we have a product that goes underneath that to keep that noise down. And we have a metal roof on our house, and it is not loud. Like it doesn't wake me up at night when I'm sleeping. Like when it is applied correctly, it just makes a world of difference.
Well, yeah, and I think too, you know, a lot of people get a certain concept of something in their minds that will just last for 10, 15, 25 years when they think a metal roof is going to be loud. Well, there's technology that is created and on the market every single day, and you know, all it would take, I'm assuming, is just a conversation with you, and then they would know that it doesn't have to be like that anymore.
That's correct.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and if they have questions, I mean, they can just call. You know, I might be able to answer that.
Absolutely. Also, more fire resistant. A metal roof is. So describe the energy efficiency here, because I think you know, that's kind of a buzz phrase for a lot of us because it really matters right now. So choosing metal can actually be more energy efficient as well.
Yes, much more energy efficient. So if you put the product down below the roof, like for example, if you have a black roof, a lot of people think that black attracts heat. But if you put this product underneath, it actually pushes the heat back away. And if you have white, it does the exact same thing. So
like reflects it.
Yes, it actually reflects the heat away from it. Okay. So it works the exact same way if you put the product underneath it, or if you use a lighter color of metal. So when you have that, automatically your energy bills just go down.
Good. That's great. That's good news. Music to a lot of people's ears. Yeah. And speaking of, you brought some examples of things with you here today. So kind of describe what you have.
Okay. So this here would be a corner ridge cap. Okay. And basically, just to give you an idea, so we make these there in the shop, but we can make pretty much anything that is a straight bend. A lot of people come in and they have old buildings that they want to trim out. They put siding on it, they need to trim out. We can bend pretty much anything that a person might have 12 bends on it, or you know, any different way, just to get what they want, and we can do that.
You can do it.
Yeah. And then this here is a new product that that people are just loving it. Okay. So we call it board and batten, and it's a hidden fastener. And so
I see.
So you fasten it right there, and then it snaps in here, and then it hides the screw there. And it's more expensive, but it's a beautiful product to put like underneath porches or gables. Yeah. And it just really makes
pretty.
Yeah, it makes your barn, house,
really
barn dominium, anything like that there stand out.
Yeah, that's great. And along with that, like maybe there's more of a cost up front, but metal roofs, siding, it's all pretty low maintenance as well. Like some of the upkeep that you would have to do with some of the other products out there, it's a non-existent pretty much when it comes to a metal roof.
That's correct. It's not going to crack or chip. Okay. You can scratch it, but then you can also get touch-up paint, you know, where if you get vinyl siding, you hit, you know what happens when you drive across a stone with a lawnmower. It blows right through your vinyl siding. Right. It won't here.
Oh, it won't. Okay. Pest resistant, mold and mildew resistant, and all things that you kind of have to worry about oftentimes.
That's correct.
As you know, with other products out there. Very cool. So also they're very, very lightweight. I was reading up about it. A big one though is safety. And before we run out of time, I think that is a big one for people. Safety during severe weather. A lot of times metal roofing can provide a little bit more of that as well.
That's correct.
Okay.
So hail is good. Yeah. You know, just a lot of, in all aspects of safety, it's good.
Okay, well, wonderful. There's just a lot there. We went through probably 70% of the information that you provided us with all of the different benefits when it comes to, you know, safety, and post-frame buildings are also another option for people that are considering this. It can also add to home value as well. I think, you know, because you don't need to worry about that upkeep. as often, it can be more attractive as well to prospective homeowners. So if you want to learn more about any of the options that we talked about today, me and Steve, or if you want a quote for a potential project, just call the number on your screen right there on the bottom right. You can also visit MississippiValleyMetals.com and really get all the information that you want. Steve, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For joining us today and helping us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Well, coming up after the break, several opportunities to create your own Ukrainian egg holiday ornament. We're getting the details on some workshops happening in LeClaire this weekend. Tomorrow on Quad Cities Live, TV6 is partnering with the Bettendorf Rotary for an annual blanket drive this Friday. Well, tomorrow we're learning more about the impact of these community donations.
Plus, building community through cookies. We'll welcome a local bakery called Birkin Snacks, hosting the upcoming QC Veterans Festival. And that much more tomorrow, right here on Quad Cities Live.
Pisanka is an ancient egg decorating tradition, and we oftentimes see these intricate designs around Easter, but the process can also be used to create one-of-a-kind holiday ornaments.
Yeah, let's welcome back Xenia Mocha, and she's joining us here in the QCL studio once again for more information about some upcoming workshop opportunities. Xenia, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here on QCL.
Yes, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, usually we have you around Easter time, but we're talking about a Ukrainian egg ornament workshop that's coming up this weekend, and this is a first of its kind.
Yes, it is, and I first of all have to apologize to my ancestors for doing this because we're so breaking from tradition.
Yeah.
You are, okay.
Yes. The eggs always have been written as a message to someone over Easter.
Right.
Okay.
These, however, are created just as ornamentation.
Okay.
The reason I'm doing all this is to bring awareness back to Ukraine and raise some funds.
Yeah.
All the money raised during these workshops, they're all going for humanitarian aid to Ukraine. And it's a great opportunity for people to sit down and get creative.
Yeah.
So what I've brought here are some samples of already finished eggs.
Absolutely beautiful.
Many of these were done by a woman who came from Ukraine, Olesa Bielenko. She lives in Bettendorf, and I could just aspire to get to her level of knowledge. However, at the workshop, what we'll be doing is we will have limited numbers of paints. Because the workshop is a little shorter than the Easter workshops. However, the basic method is still the same. Okay. So we start with a blown out egg.
Yes.
Okay.
It's hollow, and these are the eggs that we'll be working with. The tool is called the kistka. It has a funnel on one side and a tip on the other. We use beeswax to fill the funnel. We have to melt it over a candle, get the kistka nice and hot.
Yeah.
Put some beeswax inside.
Okay, I see.
Then we have to heat it up again.
Okay.
You hold it like a pen, and the wax just comes right out after it's melted.
Wow.
Well, this one is getting a little ornery.
Well, of course, on live TV, it's not going to
Of course, it doesn't want to do that. So once we get this nice and hot, it will work. I promise. I tried it. Here it goes.
There wow, that's amazing.
So the process then, the way it works, is you start with a design that you make lightly in pencil. You cover on a white egg everything you want to keep white.
Okay.
Then you go to your next color, and then you cover that, whatever you want to keep. The next color, you cover that in wax. Eventually, you build the layers until you end up with an egg that is basically covered in wax.
Okay.
Then comes the fun part. The magic starts when you take your egg.
Yes.
It already looks beautiful.
It does.
Covered in wax.
Yeah.
And you heat the beeswax, and you wipe it off, and there are the colors.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, let's turn it
beautiful.
a little bit toward.
Very vibrant.
Yeah, you can see there what it looks like. That's amazing.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
So what we'll be doing on Saturday is we're going to all start with a white egg. Now, because it's a Christmas ornament, people can get creative. They can put snowmen, and I will have some very basic samples of snowmen and holly wreaths and gingerbread people. So people don't have to sit there and really agonize over their designs.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. Well, because it is so intricate, and it looks like, I mean, I don't think I could draw something like this on a sheet of white paper, let alone on an egg.
Yeah, and you mentioned that these don't necessarily have meaning like the traditional Ukrainian eggs, but I mean, you could do something that's meaningful to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be Ukraine related.
Of course. Not only that, but some of the designs, like this one actually is a pisanka design. It's a very traditional one, and it's power. It's a bear claw.
This one here.
And so it's this dichotomy between power and subservience. So there are certain adaptations that you can do. Snowflakes are great. Like this particular design is just beautiful with the snowflakes. So we have 3 workshops, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and at 1:30.
Okay.
At the LeClaire Civic Center.
They're about an hour and a half?
An hour and a half long.
Okay.
All the supplies will be there. I'll have all the paints. All the instructions will be given. You will come home with your own egg. And of course, you can use different things to hang them.
I was going to ask, so do you secure it as an ornament there at the workshop?
Yes.
Okay.
So I bought the little...
I don't know what they're called.
Toppers. Yeah, toppers.
Yeah.
I have those. Okay. I also have white ribbon, should somebody want that, or fish line.
Wow. Okay.
Well, very many different designs with the toppers as well, so you can make these look really nice for your tree.
There are different ones depending on. There's some rose color, silver color, gold color. So all of that will be provided on Saturday.
That's fabulous. And again, to remind people, there is technically not an admission. There is though a $20 fee to take part in this, and that again goes toward aid for Ukraine.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool event.
It is, and you're Ukrainian American, so this is very important to you. And, you usually do these around Easter, but this is a special one for Christmas to keep it at the top of mind that the war is still going on 3 years, and it's a humanitarian issue over there.
It is, and it's extremely painful to see what's happening there. So I realize that there are plenty of needs in the U.S. as well, but it doesn't have to be either or.
It can be both.
Yes.
Let's help them too.
All right, ukrainianegg@gmail.com. That is how you register for the workshop. Again, 3 times coming up as we head into Saturday. Xenia, as always, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your talent.
You're great.
This is
It's
awesome.
a pleasure. Thank you.
Really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching today.
Your Decision 2024 coverage starts with the news at 4 next. This one with different